Redditors over 30, what do your weekends consist of? Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. I wish you a pleasant viewing experience. Story 1. Be fun. As little as possible, as often as possible. 20s, early 30s, I was out every weekend. Rave, club, bar crawl, festival, party. Mid-30s, I realized I don't want to do any of that. I spend too much money and the hangover lasts too long. I could lay in bed all weekend and be so content now. Total bliss. Story 2. Chores. There's always something. Mow the lawn, eat, something always seems to need to be painted. Clean the chicken coop, clean the house and bathrooms, laundry. How is there so much laundry? There's 2 of us. Wash the dogs, wash the cats, work on cars. We have 6 we regularly drive. One always needs something done. Weekends don't exist. It's just more labor. Story 3. 51, so probably not the demographic you care about, but we've made plenty of local friends from our kids' sports over the years. We typically go out with a few friends one night and stay in the other. Besides that, gym, walk the dogs, errands, projects, video games, etc. Story 4, play with my kids, do some laundry and other chores around the house, go to the grocery store in preparation for the upcoming week, plan my meals for the week, maybe have dinner with friends on Saturday if I have the energy. Story 5, I work in the restaurant business and my partner runs her own business. Weekends are very long. I work with my partner in the mornings and afternoons with her business. Then I go into the restaurant at 3 p.m. and usually work until 11 p.m. or so. Story 6, I've always been a homebody, so yeah, I spend my entire weekend at home with my cats for the most part. Basically, I sleep, smoke a little, eat, game on the PC, watch TV, play piano, etc. If it's nice out, I'll go for a hike or a long walk in the neighborhood. Every other weekend, I'll clean the house. Nothing crazy, but I enjoy it. Story 7. If I'm not working on Saturday, it's off to the farmer's market for the week's fruit and veggies. Taxi driver for my youngest. Gym. Made to our local vinyl shop and got a couple of albums today. Sunday gym, then whatever needs doing around the house section. Standard stuff. Story 8. Gardening. Cruising in the convertible or on the motorcycle. Catching up on chores, enjoying my animals, cleaning my aquarium, doing something fun with my toddler and husband, like zoo, hike, or going to Costco. Don't judge. Yes, that's fun for me. Usually we have dinner with my parents too. Story 9. Wife and I like to go to the doggy park and let our 2 little babies run free, or we'll go visit my family or her family. We like to go to the Keys and enjoy the road trip, or we just stay home and order yummy food and enjoy a nice movie night and relax. Don't like to be in crowded places anymore. Story 10. Well, tonight is a Friday night. It's 1:36 a.m. and I've had 16 beers and a couple bumps. Not a typical Friday, but some long-lost friends came over. But a typical weekend these days usually includes Saturday house chores and Sunday dinner at my mom's. Story 11. Work if not working, getting errands did. Once or twice out of a month, I might meet up with friends for some drinks and conversation on a Saturday, or hang out with an old friend. But that's about it, nothing extravagant, because right now funds are hard. But currently staying at home and healing from surgery. Story 12, me at home mostly. Added depends on the weather. I mean, there's always something to do around the house, yard. Then of course, going to the various parks in my city with my dog. Once in a while I go fishing, but the closest place to fish doesn't allow dogs. Story 13. Sleeping in. I usually get up for work at 4:30 a.m. every day, so 6:30 a.m. feels amazing to me. Work on the house, currently prepping for a baby, so I'm getting a few things sorted. Fishing with mates every few weeks. Occasional night out with friends, mostly dinners, but sometimes it'll get boozy. Dates with the wife, either a nice restaurant, a Japanese place is currently my favorite, or gold class at the movies. Occasional family events. My personal favorite is the lazy weekend of doing absolutely nothing but binging TV shows and ordering takeout. If you haven't spent the whole weekend in your pajamas, then you haven't lived. Story 14, sleeping in, running errands, more laundry, more thoroughly cleaning the house, doing fun things with the kids like a movie, swimming, etc. Sometimes, like last weekend, my husband and I literally spent the whole day in bed, doing nothing but TV, snacks, and it was great. Story 15, married and childless. She's 43, I'm 50. Weekends consist of reading, screwing, TV, playing with our dog, cooking, going to a movie, sitting in the backyard. It's pretty chill. Lately, I've been playing out the older guy stereotype by getting really into audiophile-level headphones and hi-fi equipment. Story 16, Sat morning is an 8:30 wake-up. Some coffee, then a 45-minute spin class. Then breakfast and walk the dogs or take them outside for activity. Maybe some yard work out back or tidying up, dishes, dinner, and some TV or something. Generally soccer or baseball. Sunday morning is usually wake up, take the dogs on a ride, and have my wife drop me off somewhere, roughly 3-4 miles away from our favorite coffee shop, run there, and meet her for coffee. Go home, relax most of the day, and do stuff around the house, take the dogs to the park, come home and cook dinner, and enjoy a nice pour of whatever whiskey I'm feeling. During football season, I'll legitimately watch football from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. with some breaks in between for activity. There's a little variation here and there, depending on the time of year and if we have plans or family stuff. Obviously, a lot more walks in parks in the spring, summer, and fall, but still a good bit of walking the dogs in winter because they need it. Story 17, I work from home the majority of the time, so I take the opportunity to do most of my chores during the week, around Zoom meetings or deadlines. One day I'll mow the front lawn, on another L day I'll do the back. I'm quite happy to catch up on much of my work in the late evening. The weekend we drink. We also go to the cinema, galleries, theater if there's something we both want to see. But we mostly drink. We have quite a large wine collection, so we're always trying to make room in the cellar cabinets for more. Story 18, wake up, feed my family, drink coffee, turn on show for the kids while I read the news, look at my calendar and realize I'm late for some child-related activity that my wife told me about via quietly writing it on the calendar, go to said activity, lunch, do chores around the house, you run errands, dinner, watch a movie with the family, play with my kids, read with my kids before bed, kids asleep, talk with my wife for about an hour. She goes to bed, I watch a show or video game for an hour, go to bed. It's nice. Story 19, Saturday, kids soccer, 9:30 a.m., food store, Costco, Trader Joe's, laundry, outside chores, another type of kid commitment in afternoon, a kids activity, movie, board game, craft, take-out dinner, kids in bed by 9, try to stay up to 11. Sunday, 9:30 a.m. soccer, gymnastics, 10:30, 130, meal prep for week, clean the kitchen and bathrooms, decide if anyone is sick from the previous week, errands, tidy house the best we can, 2 hours everyone does their own thing, family movie, leftover for dinner. Ponder how badly I'm failing as a parent, spouse, and human. Story 20, chores driving family to God knows what engagements, starting a movie to watch only to be interrupted by family either with chores or drive them somewhere, restarting the movie at night again and in 15-20 minutes, realizing that sleeping late just to watch the movie is not worth it. Story 21, Friday night is pizza and happy hour beer or wine. Saturday, farmer's market in the morning with shocks a partner and dog. Come home and make breakfast. Partner and I do our hobbies after. Maybe dinner out or see friends. Sunday, wake up late, get the rest of the groceries for the week. Grill on the patio if it's nice for lunch or dinner. A mix of lazy and chores. Story 22 depends on the weekend. I'm 47 and do all kinds of stuff. This weekend on Saturday, I'm going mountain biking in the morning with a buddy, a Renaissance fair with my wife during the day, and playing an ice hockey game in the evening with friends. Sunday, I'm mowing the lawn and doing chores in the morning, playing in a pickleball tournament with friends in the afternoon, then BBQ and beers post tournament Sunday evening. Story 23, Friday, hit the bar around 4, drink with my friends until 8-9. Come home, me and my wife hit the hot tub and drink till 1-2 a.m. Saturday, get up and do housework until 5 to 6 p.m., drink some more, maybe hit the bars on the other side of town and see our other friends, come home, play board games with the kids, or hit the hot tub again. Sunday, probably sleep off a hangover and watch TV in bed all day, or possibly do more stuff around the house. Take the 69 Mustang out, hit Route 66 and go to Chicken Shack or Butcher BBQ, or grill at home and have my family over. That night, watch a TV show or a movie together for a few hours, then all crash out and get ready for the next round. My son and I do a lot hiking and kayaking too, just depends on the weekend. Also do car shows with the old Mustang, go to a museum, hit up Dallas or a state park. IDK, just depends on the weekend and the weather. Story 24, lately I've been enjoying cooking, picking out a movie, and going to sleep early. Best Friday night ever. Tomorrow I'll actually be social and possibly mow the lawn, but Fridays have become my chill alone time, and I love it so much. Nothing is better than clocking out after a long work week and knowing I don't have to talk to anyone for the rest of the night if I don't want to LOL. Story 25, what the hell is a weekend? I've got a toddler, so basically my weekend is preparing for the week ahead. Meal prepping, laundry, playing with the kid, and lately working, both spillover from my job and freelance on and pickup. I am a photographer, retoucher. I got to take a few uninterrupted days off for once and spent most of the time cooking for enjoyment and hanging out with my kid, and it was the best long weekend I've had in a long time. Story 26, date night with wife, typically on a Friday, Costco runs or the usual BS of errands and some gaming. OR taking our dog to a brewery dog park, something simple, likely movie night in the evening. Sunday is for the existential dread of having to hit work on Monday and debating if we want to have a Sunday fun day and send caution to the wind. Life's fine. Story 27, typically Friday we might cook a nice dinner and invite a friend family over. We either let the kiddo pick a movie, or if other kids are coming, we set up the bounce house or other activity. Saturday often means going to my brother's house to swim with the kid during the day, then back to the house to play toys and read books before bedtime. Sunday is for relaxing, doing stuff around the house, going out as a family for lunch, etc. Story 28. It varies. Some weekends I deliberately assign as do-nothing weekends. So TV, rest, read, movies, marathons, whatever. Just nothing that expends any mental or physical energy. Some weekends, concerts, plays, or anything involving a live show. Other weekends, hiking, yoga, book club. Story 29. I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays off, and my 4YO son has Prec 9 to 1. 2 of the days, but I clean, I work out all 3, grocery shop, dilly-dally, take my son places, hang with my animals, organize places in my house, smoke a J with a friend, doctor's appointments, chill on my porch, go shopping, run errands like online returns, bank, post office, hang with the neighbor while our sons play, all while battling intense anxiety and depression most days. But the gym is definitely the highlight. My son more so, but without the gym, I am a mental wreck, so big necessity. Story 30, I work every other Saturday. If I'm not working, I'm at my stepdaughter's soccer game, then hopefully spending time with her. She just started softball, so Sundays will be those games. Hopefully I can get in some extra sleep, cook dinner for the week, and watch some baseball on TV. Story 31. Wake up at 5 a.m. because my dogs don't understand the concept of weekends, despite me explaining it 1000x. Make coffee. Bring dogs for 45 or 60-minute hike. Come home. Drink cold coffee. Make breakfast for family. Clean. Wait for wife and kid to wake up. Probably read a bit. Wife and kid wake up. We eat breakfast. Now it's 8 a.m. Story 32. Be lazy with my lazier miniature cow of a dog best friend. Squabble with the love of my life over the answer to a useless piece of movie trivia, ending up being wrong 80% of the time because she lives on IMDb. Stretch and groan a lot. Story 33, I'm in my 40s, and I swear I've got more hobbies now than I did in my 20s. Hockey, cooking, video games. D&D, which consists of writing, podcasting, printing, and painting minis, and even making music. We don't play more than once a month, but that doesn't mean I'm left with nothing to do. Outside of that, it's time with the kid and wife and regular stuff like chores and daily stuff. Story 34, 51. Sometimes working, sometimes gaming, sometimes D&D. Last year it was building a LED tray ceiling and installing a heated tile floor in my home office. Last few weeks it was rehabbing some old woodworking power tools I acquired that were rusted. This year will hopefully including building a desk and cabinets for the office and Frankensteining 2 old zero-turn mowers to make one good one. Story 35, I'll hit the gym at 538 tomorrow. Right after I'm going to drive an hour away to trade a 45 70 GOVT lever action rifle for a bolt action 6mm array arc rifle. Go home, get the wife. Drive an hour away the other direction for a gun show to see if we like anything else. Get lunch while we are out. Head home. Tomorrow drive out to get some blue stain pine tongue and groove for a part of my bathroom remodel. Next weekend we'll bathroom remodel and coyote hunting. Story 36, Friday night. Shrek-themed rave. I dressed as Puss in Boots. Dance and drink all night. Guys tell me they love puss. Girls tell me they have a boyfriend. Saturday morning, I realized I somehow fucked up my ankle a little. Like a tweak. Can't bend forward or back much without like a 5 out of 10 pain. Damn boots. Amazingly, no hangover. Coffee and painkillers for breakfast. Mow my lawn. Well, mower shits itself when I'm 80% done. I literally bought this thing 2 weeks ago. My lawn looks fucked up, but whatever. I eat lunch and go to the movies and watch a stupid slasher flick. I'll return the mower whenever. Forgot more painkillers. Ankle now 7 of 10. Refuse to consider doctor visit. Back at home, try to stay off ankles, so I play video games till I need to make dinner. Make pork loin with shallots and a Dijon mustard cream sauce over rice. It's amazing. Damn, I can cook. Drink half a fifth of whiskey. Sunday, ignore broken lawnmower. Ankle a little better, especially after coffee and painkiller breakfast. No hangover. Play guitar 9 minutes. Meal prep 6 lunches. Eat 1. Drive to next city over to play with little figures and pretend war on tabletop with my boys. I lost. Drive home. Ignore call from mom. She only calls to tell me someone died. My great aunt. Dinner is leftover Dijon pork and the other half of the bottle of whiskey. Do my taxes drunk. In bed, rocks 9:30 p.m. This was what I did last weekend. Story 37. In the winter, I bed rot and have seasonal depression. The rest of the year, I go hiking, walk my dog, go camping, go to festivals, go raving, cook the fancy meals that I don't have time for during the week, go to the mountains, go dancing, socialize, play video games, and go to the gym. Story 38. Most weekends at some point involve miscellaneous chores such as laundry, meal prepping, cleaning the house, and some yard work. Consistently, I play video games, with or without my wife, watch sports, or meet up with friends for cards. Occasionally, we have a rave or concert to go to and stay awake until sunrise, pretending we're 22 again, and then have to circle back to the most weekends portion of my response. Story 39, sleep in, make breakfast for me and the lady, hang out with her downstairs, and then I go back upstairs for like 3 hours and we have alone time, and then clean a bit and hang out for a while. Maybe take the dogs for a walk, go on a bike ride, browse our cookbooks and head to the store for dinner. Just relax mainly. Sometimes I get emergency calls for work and bring her with me, LOL. Story 40, sleep in a bit. Leisurely morning with tea, coffee, breakfast, our TV, chores, hard, groceries, meal prep. Sometimes work out, go to lunch with my husband, read, walk dogs. Husband will go fishing, and sometimes I'll come with and go for a walk, paddleboard, or sit and read, see friends, etc. I don't do all of these things every weekend, but I basically just have a mixture of relaxation, productivity, fun. Story 41, married. Wife wakes up at 7 a.m. to walk the dog if it's not freezing. I'm in bed till 9 or 10. Make the coffee, pick up a little bit. Normally we don't have plans, so we converse in the family room, kitchen for a couple of hours sipping hot tea and coffee. Talk about how the week was, how the next week will be, what we thought of the shows we watched during the week. Make plans. Noon rolls around pretty quick and we figure out if we need to go shopping or run errands for the day. We run those errands. We cook a lot. So when it comes to dinner, she is the mastermind. I'm the sous chef. Winters are brutal, but I will still grill from time to time. Summers, we try to pick recipes where she can stay inside and chop, dice, mix, etc. And I'm on the grill on the deck. We try to pick recipes that require 1 to 3 hours of cooking. We spend our weekend nights in the kitchen cooking, alongside some stories, thoughts, drinks, and laughs. Sunday comes too quick and goes too quick. But more of the same. Usually the evenings we reserve for shows at the moment. Pretty simple living, I suppose. I used to video game a ton before I moved in with her, even after a bit, but now we just enjoy each other's company. We put smooth jazz on or classical, or even some big booty mix while we're on main floor to help with the ambiance. Story 42. Absolutely nothing most weeks. I always preferred getting my errands and household chores finished either Thursday after work or before I head to work on Friday, so that when I get home on Fridays, I have no obligations until work Monday morning. That includes having meals prepped ahead of time, so it's usually grabbed from the fridge and go, or put a pre-portioned dish in the microwave. Doing anything on my days off. Story 43. This weekend, just drove by myself to my house in VT for the weekend. Brought my dog, left the wife behind. She has other plans. We'll be working on the house a bit, maybe ski a few runs tomorrow. Life is good. I'm 54. Story 44. I usually go over to my parents' house with my son and my sister's family for a few hours at some point. That's always nice. Other than that, I'm a SASIM right now, so weekends are kind of like any other day. I spend some nice time with my partner, watching a show together or playing a game. Today's going to be special because it's my birthday, so my family and my best friends, since high school, are getting together for fondue, which I'm really excited about. 34 today. Story 45. I have a 6-week-old, so wake up whenever baby starts crying, feed her, change diaper, do some tummy time or singing, put down for a nap. Over and over in 3-hour increments unless she decides she hates the pattern and then cries for most of the evening. Newborn stage is hard. Story 46. Wine tasting. Occasionally trying Michelin restaurants. Weekend overnight trips to wine regions. Fast canyon driving with close friends, with a beer afterwards, and going for a bike ride. Oh, trying new restaurants in the area. Loving the dink life and enjoying every minute of it. Story 47. Friday night, I usually take some social dance classes, salsa and bachata, and am home by 9 for a bit of reading before bed. Saturday, I have dance practice at 8 a.m., so I'm up early to sweat. After that, it's a toss-up, depends on the week. Sometimes I prep meals, sometimes I do chores, sometimes I relax and watch TV, read, sometimes I go out with friends or see family. Sunday is my rest day, so I try to keep my physical activity to a minimum. But generally, it's the same vibe as Saturday, whatever needs doing or sounds relaxing. The Sunday asterisk is I play Pathfinder, 2nd edition with friends on Sunday evening, so I'm always home in time for that. Story 48, 31, almost 32 if I don't work, shift work, so fairly random week to week. Go out and drink on Saturdays, get home, watch a movie drunk, then anime and web novels, then bed Sunday, wake up around 3:30 p.m. or so, be up for an hour, hour and a half, take a nap for a couple hours after food coma from lunch sets in, eat dinner, catch up on TV shows, watch a movie around 11:30 p.m., then anime for a few hours, then web novels and off to bed around 6 a.m. Again, shift work. I'm on the late shift, so I'm usually working from 7 p.m., 3 a.m. This means I keep fairly late hours. Story 49. Life is short, my friend. Go see a cover band. Go for a hike. Go to a movie theater. Try a new restaurant. Look up what's happening earlier in the week for weekend events. I've got an air show and a local festival tomorrow, alone. Story 50. Disc golf, camping, occasionally partying like I'm still in my 20s, chores, taking the dog somewhere, cooking elaborate meals, video games, fishing, getting together with family, poker nights, game nights, brunch, both out and in, and on those rare, beautiful weekends, absolutely nothing. Story 51, mid-50s, divorced and polyamorous. 2 weeks ago, I took an 11-hour plane ride to go to a 3-day music festival with one of my friends. Next weekend, I'm at a 3-day BDSM conference. Last weekend, I spent time with 2 of my partners and played pinball with a friend at a barcade. This weekend, I'm helping a friend score an indie animation project that they're working on. Somewhere in there, I've also been finding time to do some scratch cooking with my teenage children, grocery shopping, and general chores and upkeep of our flat. I'm really not sure how my life became quite so busy. It's been like this for a decade now and doesn't show many signs of slowing. Story 52. Normally making or going to dinner Friday afternoon, followed by some whiskey Friday night. Saturdays I try and sleep in till around 9, hopefully, and then going to get coffee and donuts with my kids. Assuming there's no plans or projects or choirs, we try and go do something fun with the kids, either bowling or movies or the arcade, just something fun for them. Usually spend Saturday night watching a family movie until bedtime. Then me and the wife watch Netflix of Hulu until someone falls asleep on the couch. Sundays are spent working on my dump truck or bobcat or personal vehicles or home project or maintenance, followed by Sunday dinner and bath night and in bed by 10. Story 53. Whatever needs doing. Kids need something done? Big clean of the house? Babysitting a friend's kids? Somebody else's random projects? Fruit need harvesting, processing? Yup, all of the above. This week is bearing 20-odd horse feet. Why? Who knows? Just been asked to help, so I'm helping. Story 54. At 60, most weekends consist of allotment, growing 90% of our vegetable requirement, studying, belatedly getting some higher education, shopping, I prefer to do my own rather than delivery services, some DIY stuff is needed. This weekend is a van conversion project. Bit of game time, some good food. Story 55, sleep in, do some chores, run an errand or two. If the weather's nice, go for a hike. If not, and my gym buddy is available, go to the climbing gym, visit my mom, go to my weekly therapy appointment, maybe go out to lunch or dinner with friends. And in between all of that, I usually watch whatever show I'm currently hooked on streaming. Once I'm in for the day, I'll take some edibles just for fun and maybe have a drink or two at night. Also, I work 4 10-hour shifts, so I have 3-day weekends. Story 56. Married nearly 40, no kids. Weekends are adventuring in the outdoors with our pup, shopping farmers markets with my mom, working on house projects, or sometimes just rotting and reading, playing Sims. Totally weather, motivation, and mood dependent. When my husband and I have weekend off together, I always try to do a fancy home-cooked meal one night, or we might go out for dinner. Story 57. My weekend is Sunday, Monday. Saturday night is usually pretty quiet at home, unless I've got a specific event on like a birthday. Sunday, I go to the farmer's market, watch football if it's on. Sometimes I'll go out for a Sunday sesh or just hang out with my husband. Monday, I go to the gym, do my groceries and normal house chores, any appointments I may have, maybe do a bit of meal prep. Story 58. Mostly staying in my room on the computer doing light chores around the house, unless I have a robotics event to volunteer at. Then most of my time is spent traveling back and forth to the event, then actually working at the event. Story 59. It's almost summer, so it changes. There is usually cat time, darts, cooking, household projects, and hot tubbing and drinks. Meat smoking and gardening and golf become more prevalent now. The hot tub has blown up, so that is a problem. There are also the long hours just chatting with friends, or to myself. Story 60. Wake up. Attempt to feed toddler faff around getting ready for an hour. Take toddler to park. Attempt to feed toddler lunch. Nap time for toddler. Watch TV, play video games, or do nothing for a couple of hours. Take toddler out of house again, usually to the shops. Play with toddler, dinner time. Toddler to bed. Watch, movie, game, get a babysitter and go out with friends. Sunday, same as Saturday, except we meet up with family or friends either before or after toddler naps. Story 61. Spend time with my boys and my wife. Varies between watching Mulan 3 to 4 times, then pretending we're skeletons, only to immediately defend our home from monsters with foam swords. I usually wake up early to paint miniatures before the rabble starts making all the decisions. Weekends always remind me why I love being a dad and husband. Between making meals for all of us, or even taking care of the stuff around the house. It's just always what I wanted. And sometimes life works out. Story 62. Every other weekend, we play D&D on Fridays and the MTG on Sundays. I usually bake something for both of these. Been watching a lot of GBBO lately, so plenty of ideas. The other weekends, we'll do some housework or just sit and play some games. Parallel play is one of my love languages. We have a big group of friends, so the next few weekends, we have birthday parties coming up, or dog walking days to try and get our old boy to be all right around other dogs. It's not a bad life, honestly. The stress and depression usually hit on weekdays, thankfully. Story 63, 34F, single, no kids. I do a good amount of travel, usually at least once a month. Last weekend I went to LA, and next weekend I'm going to the coast. I work at home, so I try to do at least one thing out in the world on the weekends, usually thrifting or hanging out with friends. Lately, I've been doing more community-driven things like volunteering or protesting. But yeah, cleaning and maintaining the household takes up way more of my time than I would like. It's not even that much comparatively speaking. It just really adds up. I wish I was better at prioritizing fun, like making art or being outside in nature, but I'm working on it. Story 64, Saturdays are cleaning the house. Sundays during morning church hours. We do our grocery shopping while it's quiet. Sunday afternoon is laundry time and prepping for the work week. If I had little gremlins called children, it'd be even more of the same. Story 65, it depends. Last weekend, I opened Jammed with friends on Saturday and went to an awesome concert Sunday. This weekend, I'm celebrating a friend's B-Day tomorrow and then going to Florida with a bunch of my friends on Sunday. Other weekend stuff from this year, Monster Jam, game nights, hosted a big white elephant party, volunteered, day trips for state park hiking, couple road trips, bluegrass jams. Every weekend is pretty different in our house, though we do always veg out and watch movies at some point, and we always take our dogs for long, leisurely walks. If we don't have any plans, we usually make a huge breakfast together on Saturdays. I'm 41, married, 3 dogs, 1 cat, no kids. Story 66, I remember when I was 18 or 19, not going out on Saturday night would be basically unimaginable. It's funny how now I can sit at home and watch a movie and have some whiskey, whatever, and reminisce on old Saturday nights, but not feel like I have to go out anymore. Story 67, I spend the morning cuddling with the kitty and having a cup of coffee. I usually end up falling asleep on the couch and then wake up around 11, shower, take myself out to lunch, come back and fall asleep on the couch, play with the cat, watch a little TV, play some games on my phone, go to bed, repeat on Sunday. Story 68, spending quality time with my child, just playing make-believe games, doing art and crafts, toys, going to park, movies, school projects, play dates. Actually, that's every day after work. I don't have time for hobbies, unfortunately. Just my weight training, really. Wouldn't change it, though. Kids grow up too fast, so I'm just making the most of it until dad is not cool anymore. Story 69, either go to the pub and play pool as it's free on a Sunday, and I need the practice as I'm in the team. Obviously have to have a couple of beers to socialize. Or I just chill at home, maybe cook something I wouldn't do while working. I do 12-hour night shifts, and play on my PC with friends. Story 70, lay in bed with my husband most of the morning until he makes me lunch. Then we do chores and some hobby cooking, shop, baking, either together or for each other. Play with the dog, maybe do something with her friends or go out. But I'm pregnant and pretty exhausted these days, so usually we have dinner at home. Saturdays are our couch days for dinner, but no phones or TV because dinner is specifically for quality time. Story 71, I work weekends, so my Sundays are a shift. Saturdays, unfortunately, have become my catch-all day for to happen. Got a friend that needs help with a project? Saturday. Wife and I are driving out to the big city for a thing? Saturday. Chores, laundry, cleaning house? Saturday. It sucks to work Sundays, but at least I get half a day to not do anything before the week starts up again. Story 72, 40 and I'm here. Mine usually consists of running and cycling, weather permitting, gym, doing my weekly food shop, watching streaming services and snoozing, sleeping. Occasionally, I'll go out for a few beers, a meal, and some games of pool with friends, like tonight, for example. Story 73. Sometimes I do so many things that I don't even feel this tired on a regular workday. Between laundry, cleaning, grocery runs, and taking care of my 600 tarantulas, yes, really, it's mostly just the house that drains me. Honestly, sometimes I even catch myself thinking, thank God tomorrow is Monday. I'll finally get some rest after work. Story 74. I feel like having a kid is a huge changer here. I'm only 28 right now, but I have a newborn now. Last year, I'd answer breakfast, watching some YouTube, getting house chores done, playing something on the PC, maybe going out to a cafe if it's been a while. Occasionally, go on a weekend road trip. Now, my weekends are literally just sleeping as much as I can while baby is asleep. And once I'm finally rested after half the day is gone, I'll do house chores and tend to baby until night. Story 75. 31F engaged to 31M, childless. Our weekends look like this. Friday cook dinner or order takeout. Most Friday nights we do takeout, then bring shoes like Bob's Burgers or Ted Lasso or Murder Mystery Movies series. Sat, attempt breakfast in bed, drink coffee scrambled to clean house, and do laundry change sheets on bed and wash bath towels. Maybe go out to eat and get a beer somewhere local. Sunday coffee in bed, maybe more TV or board games. Order our groceries for the week, talk, listen to music, and just be together. Story 76. I am 64 and my husband is 65. We usually start the day with a nice brunch, then putter around the house. He is a musician, so he will take some time in his studio. I will work on my radio show and catch up with friend on phone or text. Often we will watch a couple of movies or go visit friends. Sometimes we will go see a rock or country concert if there. Let's not forget, that happens L2. Pretty basic stuff, but we enjoy our lives. Story 77, over 40. No kids, single, happy and content about both. Usually a morning hike, trip the gym, then home to walk the dog, errands, nap, dog play time or evening outdoor adventure, couch. Sundays usually involve similar routine, but with the beach. I live in San Diego. 'Tis the best. Story 78. Usually go out with my sisters to restaurants, the mall, hiking, park to take my dog out to run in the mornings or sure afternoons. Nighttime, it's almost always us three playing Roblox, Fortnite, board games, karaoke, watching movies or other random like that. Story 79. I like to watch a specific live stream on Friday nights alongside some beers while doing my manicure very intricately. Sometimes I also go out with friends before this, often to dance at a show. The rest of the weekend, I catch up on sleep, tidy my home, see my friends, make art, music, meal prep, walk my dog longer than on busy days, spend time outside hiking or foraging, and go to various events around the city. Story 80, just this weekend, gym, cooking, Costco, enjoying the warm spring days outside, working a few hours on a game dev hobby project. Would generally squeeze in a visit to some local izakaya, but at my age, I'm still feeling the aftershocks from last weekend's outing. Story 81. The nice thing about getting older is that they can consist of whatever I want them to consist of. I don't quite feel the FOMO I did in my early mid-20s of feeling like if I didn't go to my regular bar or hang out with my regular friend group, that I would be forgotten about by next weekend. Things are also typically much more planned out. In my 20s, it would drive me crazy to make plans more than maybe 2 weeks ahead of time, but now I often have my weekend plans lined up for at least a month out. And that includes both social and non-social things. As a single guy with no kids, I still have plenty of opportunities to do the same kinds of things I did in my 20s. I have plenty of friends who still go out to bars on weekends, so maybe I'll join them. There's still occasional house parties, just with far more notice. I have dates, though they're far more planned in advance. And there's still enough flexibility to fill the occasional weekend night with something spontaneous day of. If I've got nothing going on a Friday, I'll still reach out to a few people and see if there's something happening, or if someone is free and just wants to meet up for a drink. But I no longer have that fear that if I don't, I'll have missed out. If nothing comes up by 7 p.m, I'm happy to stay in and watch TV or play video games, and I'm not afraid that the world is passing me by. Oh, but also, I really only have the capacity for one major social event per weekend. If I go out on both Friday and Saturday night, it feels like I never got a chance to unwind from the work week. Story 82. The first day my girlfriend works most of the day, so I use that time to play some video games with my friends for a couple hours. Then I'll usually go make lunch and listen to an audiobook for a while. Maybe do a yoga sesh if I'm feeling restless. Play some more video games if friends are still around. Otherwise, I clean the house, do all the chores I've been putting off until my girlfriend gets home. The second day is our date day, where we go on a walk or get dinner or whatever and just hang out, watch TV, relax, and also clean. Story 83, single dude with no kids. On Friday evening, I usually just go for a walk after work. Sometimes go to a bar to hang out with friends. And then at home, I have fun by cooking dinner or grabbing a slice of pizza and playing a favorite video game or watching a movie. On Saturday, I sleep until 7 a.m., get up at 5 a.m. on weekdays, go for a morning run, have a cup of coffee and meditate, maybe do some creative writing. On some Saturdays, I volunteer by helping to prepare meals for struggling people that need one. Then I go have coffee or lunch with my friends and we'll spend a few hours together, go for a walk, get home and watch Netflix, play video games, or do creative writing. On Sunday, I might do a morning run. I'll definitely have a coffee and meditate. Then depending on which Sunday it is, I might see some friends for lunch as we walk around together. On other Sundays, I spend the day mostly with my elderly dad and help him do chores. Then I'll get caught up on own chores, laundry, groceries, emails, financial review, etc. Any time left over is for relaxing and having fun. Movies, video games, reading, studying, or creative writing.